Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and this will be a follow-up video to the ToTheIdiotMobile official tryout slash recruitment event that I have put out as an announcement on March 13th, 2012, which is about 4 days ago. So, I just wanted to quickly cover some things that may have been rather ambiguous or some things that might have not been so clear. And I'm just going to go through each of them. And in the link in this video, I hopefully will remember to put an annotation that will lead you to the TTIM official tryout slash recruitment event announcement video. The original one, so you guys can check out what I'm talking about if you guys haven't watched that video already. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was the actual setup of the games themselves. So I'm just gonna go through them quickly. The first round, I said it was going to be there were going to be 2 games. Elimination. The first game would be elimination, 140 kills, all permitted, but no kind of bullshit like the asshole launchers, no spec shit, no gas, no fire, all that other troll weapon crap. And map pool would be junk flea, real estate, oil rig. Now, what I mean by map pool is that these games will all be played on those maps. So that first round for the first game, we're going to play elimination 140 kills with no bullshit on junk flea, real estate, and oil rig. So technically speaking, there's actually 3 games, but I just grouped them all into just a generic game 1 because it's like the first game mode, so to speak. And same thing with the game 2, 1-man army, 45 kills, no explosives, and no bullshit. And map pool will be on junk fleet and oil rig, and same goes for that as well. 1-man army, 45 kills, no explosives, and other crap in junk fleet and oil rig. So we're gonna play 2 games for those. And moving along with the second round. The second round, there are also 2 games there. 1-man army, 45 kills, snipers only, and for a second game, ICOG, search and destroy in 7 rounds. Now, here's what I want to explain a little bit about. Game 1, or actually the second round, is only going to include the top fragging, I want to say like either 4 to 8 people per game. It also depends on how many people are there. I don't have an idea of how many people are going to be present at this event, because obviously I can't tell how many of you there are who want to try out for our clan. Do mind that I do have a couple megaphones in my inventory, so on that day, and maybe before that day, I don't know, but definitely on the day of the event, I'm going to send out a couple megaphones announcing the TTIM tryout room that either it's going to be open soon or it's now open. Keep in mind though that only people who watch these videos can enter, so there can't be any randos showing up saying, "Hey, I want to join TTIM." Well, I'm just gonna kick that guy because I probably didn't see him in game and leave a comment or something. I don't know, but anyway, this is the only information that you'll see about this room is on my channel. So this is to ensure that no randos come along and wonder like what the hell's going on. And if they do ask about what the hell's going on, that he's probably not a subscriber slash probably doesn't know what the hell's going on. So that's it, and that's that. And moving on to the actual like restrictions on the second round, like I started out saying before, the second round will only include maybe the top half of the guys who do well in the first round. So what's gonna happen is let's assume that we have a full room of 16 guys, 8 on each team. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the top 4 from each team, and not including me or any of the guys who are already in the TTIM clan who haven't been playing with us like as admins or something like that of these games, but the top 4 fragging guys. And also I do want to put a kill death ratio restriction on the top as well, so that like maybe if we do the top 4 frags, then some of you guys may be going negative. I don't want you guys go negative. I do want you guys to be at least decent, so that our clan has something to be proud of and not accept total noobs or anything. Not that I'm saying any one of you in particular are noobs, but we don't want really shitty players at the same time. Let's face it. I mean, I do take pride in my clan, you know. So maybe like +1 KDR, and then the top 4 frags from each team I'm going to accept into the second round. Now the second round, now that we got that covered, the second round will be the same deal as the first round in terms of how it's going to play out. Game 1 will be a one-man army, 45 kills, snipers only, and the map pool will be Snow Valley and Junk Fleet. So this game is like the first round is meant for like a filter. Like it's meant to be a filter to kind of weed out the guys we don't really want, we know aren't really that great. I am aware of the fact that some of you guys are Quarantine pros and not necessarily Elim pros, but Quarantine is more like a funsies, let's go play Quarantine because we have nothing better to do kind of mode. And Elim and other game modes as such as these where we actually kill each other is where it's at. So unfortunately, for those of you guys who are core lovers and core pros, you should kind of play a little bit more Elim because that's what we're looking for. And besides, our clan it doesn't have many players that are really fond of Quarantine to begin with. I mean, we just play it on the off chance, like if we really want to screw around or something like that. So that's the purpose of the first round. The second round is to try to see who's really good. Like this first game, one-man army, 45 kills, snipers only, is meant to kind of to have a feel for who's a very good sniper for our team, because we are looking for good scopers. In other words, if you guys aren't familiar with ICOG terms, then what we mean by scopers is basically snipers. We want good people. We want people who are very good with sniper rifles to come play with us in our ICOG clan war or just ICOG pub matches, because having good snipers is really good. For our team. And this first game on the second round is kind of like a way to see if you guys are up for it. Now, the second game is going to be ICOG Search and Destroy 7 rounds, and the map pool will be Rattlesnake, Sandhog, Warhead, and Short Fuse. This will probably be the games where they'll take the most amount of time. Now, what ICOG means is, I know lots of you guys have been asking what ICOG means and what is ICOG in general, and basically, I know I apologize for not explaining this earlier in like a comment or something, but I want to save it for a time like this. Basically, what we mean by ICOG is, ICOG, for those of you guys who have played or know about Woggle, Woggle is the World Online Gaming League, I think that's what its acronyms are, and they used to be the pro leagues of combat arms. Like the best players of combat arms would join Woggle, and they would play professionally. Like, well, not really professionally as in like for money, but they would play on like at least 3 notches above your normal pub stomping teams, and they are insanely good. So good that you may think that most of them hack, but they don't. They're just really good. And right now, Woggle apparently is dead. ICOG is what's in season, and ICOG stands for, I believe it's International Competitive Online Gaming. I think that's what I was told in a comment or something. But that's hopefully what it stands for. And ICOG is basically the same thing as Woggle, except it's a little more lax. It's not as anal and hardcore as Woggle is, but it still adopts the most of the same rules and whatnot as Woggle did. So it's kind of like its replacement right now. And for those of you guys who do want to hit up ICOG rooms, I think you can go find them like Golf Bravo or something like that. You can search around, see if there are any ICOG rooms going around, and hopefully you can find some practice. And basically, we're going to be playing Search and Destroy 7 rounds. Map pool will be, once again, Rattlesnake, Sandhog, Warhead, and Short Fuse. These are I want to say these are the most popular ICOG maps. I want to say Rattlesnake, I know, is a really popular one. Sandhog, I've played quite a few on Sandhog. Warhead is the all-time favorite Search and Destroy one. It's kind of overused, but whatever. There's no getting around that. And Short Fuse is obviously is a pretty good Search and Destroy map. I mean, it's really interesting. I like its dynamics. So for those of you guys, a quick rundown of ICOG for those of you guys who are too lazy to go out and actually search up what the rules for ICOG are. Basically, ICOG is you can't have fem base, only male base. So if you have like a default fem base, then you gotta buy like either buy a permanent male, like your character base change, or you gotta buy a mercenary. And I know those most mercenaries can be either really expensive, and they have a pretty hefty like a really high rank requirement. So please, please make sure you have a mail base or you have access to a mail base. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to play our ICOG. And unfortunately, if you do come into this second round without having a access to a mail base, then unfortunately, I'm just going to have to kick you because you are clearly not fit for ICOG. And that's just the rule. We can't have fembase. And I mean, I'd love to play with you guys, but if you guys don't have fembase and you don't follow rules, then I mean, sorry, that's gonna be an end of that. Let's be honest with ourselves. No one likes a party pooper. Anyways, more like general rules about ICOG. No NX weapons unless it says specifically that it's the same as its variant. Like the M4A1 Desert Warrior, no one really cares if you use that because that's pretty much the same thing as the M4A1. It's same with the Scar L, the AK Gold, stuff like that. No one really cares about that. And the Arctic Wolf is allowed in ICOG because that's pretty much the same thing anyway. And most people do prefer that if they have access to it. But L9, good old L9 does you fairly well anyway. And one thing about ICOG is that's different from Woggle is that most people don't really care what kind of pistol you use. So I've seen people go around using G18 Cobra and people were fine with that. So I mean, if you want to bring like really overpowered pistols, it's not really, I don't really like it, but because there's no rule that explicitly says that you can't bring like an overpowered NX pistol, you guys go ahead and use whatever you want. I for one will be using the G23 Carbon Black or something like that. Because I just don't think it's fair to use like a G18 Cobra against someone who only has an M92FS anyway. Well, that guy with the M92FS would probably go for 1 clicks, and I get owned, but that's another story. So yeah, those are the general rules for ICOG. Oh, and also no gear other than light vest. If you guys have recon vest or something like that, that's not allowed either. We don't really like seeing people run around with recon vest at plus 25% speed. That's not cool. And also, it's also biggest thing, no backpack. Now, moving on to the third round. It will be only one game, but you will have to 1v1 me, and the restrictions will be, it's on Junk Fleet, 15 kills, snipers only, and the restrictions are no gear, no abilities, L96A1 only. I have not decided if we are going to fight fem base or male base, if like character genders matter. I haven't decided on that, but if enough people say that like the male base is what I need to use, that fem base, people are gonna get pissed at it, and then it's like people are gonna keep yelling at me, no, fem base is too overpowered, or not overpowered, but it's too cheap, I can't hit you. Then for the sake of getting this recruitment event through, I guess I'll put like male base only and stuff like that. But if you guys are cool with it, then I'll just use my fem base character, because the fem base is the only thing I have right now. But I do have access to a male base, which is Declan. But anyways. Yeah, so that will be the end of that. The third round will... So here's the thing about the third round, actually. The third round, once again, it is going to be, you'll be 1 versus 1, well, you'll be facing me in a 1v1, and if you win, then you get an automatic, or not an automatic, but you will have a very, very high chance of getting into TTIM. If you don't win, but if you do very, very well, like say if I manage to win by like 1 kill, like 15 to 14, then you will also have a very good chance because you almost won. And I'm not going to ignore your skill for making me win, just like barely by 1 kill only. But if you lose like 15-1, then that's kind of like, yeah, sorry, you're not really good enough. But anyways. That being said, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully this kind of informative video will has helped some of you kind of get a feel for what's going on at the moment. And yeah, any questions, leave it in the comment section below. I will hopefully look over most of them. And yeah, have a good day.
Round start. Round start. Team wins.